Om Shanti, all of you. Before we start, we'll just spend a minute in silence and invoke the Supreme Being. So, welcome all of you to the Values for Life series, episode number 14 on detachment. And we are so fortunate that we have with us our respected Asha Didi, who has joined us from New Delhi, Om Shanti Retreat Center. So, we welcome her. And before we Om Shanti Didi. And before I go ahead with Didi's introduction, let me just speak about the value of detachment today. I'm sure Asha Didi will give us an enlightening talk on that. But recently, about a few days ago, all over the world, we celebrated Buddha Purnima, which is the day of Buddha, Gautam Buddha. And as all of you are aware that he was one of the great souls on this earth who really taught a lot of meditation and really taught people how to get detached, not only from the body, but getting detached on a mental and emotional level. And he also taught the karma philosophy in detail. And all of us very well know at Brahma Kumaris, May is about to end and the June month is starting. So June month is very dear to all of us because it is our very own Mama's month, Jagdamba Saraswati Mama. And she was, I think, an epitome of detachment. She really did all the activities of the Brahma Kumaris, but she was so totally detached from all those and was in God consciousness all the time. So, with this thought on detachment, I would now welcome Brother Eric, who is a senior brother and who is the national coordinator of the Canadian zone of Brahma Kumaris. And I would request him to go on with the welcoming Asha Didi. Thank you.
Om Shanti, everyone, and very, very warm welcome. I'm not really senior. I'm still very, very young and keeping the self young. And my role today, as it has been for a few times in this series, is actually to welcome you all officially in Canada as well. And certainly to welcome our very, very dear Asha Didi in Canada. I don't think Asha Didi came too many times in Canada, if I'm correct. She may correct me, but I don't recall meeting you here often. We met in USA, of course, and certainly in India, in Madhuban. I don't know if you remember me. You saw me when I was 20 some years old. You saw me when I was 30, when I was 40, when I was 50. And I hope you keep seeing me until I get maybe in my 60s. And, Asha Didi, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Canada. And, we wish we could see you physically here in one of the airports and greet you, with our hearts. And so I always prepare a special little rose to greet our seniors when they come. So welcome, Swagatam, Swagatam, Swagatam. Welcome to Canada. Your Canadian family loves you dearly because we all go to the Om Shanti Retreat Center. And everyone who comes back from the Om Shanti Retreat Center have so much experiences to share. And they feel they went to the garden of Allah sometimes. Sometimes they come back as if they went directly to Madhuban, and it's like Madhuban. And I remember meeting you when I was very young in Gyan, and when Om Shanti Retreat Center just opened. I was there for the first time, and you welcomed us in your office. And I only remember your smile. And, some people smile. It's just, I don't know, you just melt. You don't know what to do when they smile. You just start to melt like an ice cube in the sun, and you just become liquid. And I remember you smiling at us, giving us sweets, and make us feel so much at home when we were there. And there's a sign to me of love is not that people just have love, but others experience being merged in love. And I don't know you very, very well. I haven't met you too many times. We never had personal meetings, but I've seen you around for many, many years. And the experience you give to all of us all the time is just that presence of love. And when we feel that love, we know we are in front of the Ganges of love, a river of love, an ocean of love. So whatever smile you create always brings love in our hearts. So very, very warm welcome to Canada. Your whole Canadian family is watching, listening, either now or will be later on. And so we're very, very happy you can join this series. And please accept this huge country turning into love to come to you and welcome you very, very warmly to Canada. So enjoy the moment with us, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy the moment with you, no doubt. So welcome, Swagatam.
Thank you.
And there may be some words that Manoj will do the formal introduction. My role was just to bring the roses at your feet.
Thank you, Brother Eric, so much. It was lovely always listening to you. And before we go ahead and listen to what Asha Didi has to say, I'll just do a brief introduction about Asha Didi. The BKs, the Brahma Kumaris know her very well, but there are quite a few people who are new to this episode as well. So I'll just do a little bit of introduction. As far as the Lokik side goes, Asha Didi has been a topper and gold medalist in MA Sociology from Bangalore University, and she served as a lecturer in the Mount Carmel Degree College in Bangalore. And you would be surprised to know that she was introduced to the Brahma Kumaris at the very tender age of 9 years. And when she shares stories about how she came into knowledge, she also mentions this, I remember very distinctly, that she's taken sustenance from Mama. And she has then dedicated her life to the organization since 1972, which is way back 50 years almost now. And I think she's gifted with this excellent blend of sociology and spirituality, which she has a good blend of. And she's well known for her talks on, and even her nature, which is fully dedicated and fully determined, but at the same time, very humble and cheerful as well. She is a very proficient orator. You'll get the glimpse of this as you hear through her talk today. And she has also given a lot of talks on many national and international conferences. And there's a big list of talks which she's given, which I'm not going into that. But let me also just tell you, since it's an international forum, I would like to mention a few projects which Didi was involved in quite actively. To start with, in 1986, that was the United Nations project about Million Minutes of Peace Appeal. Then in 1988, the Global Cooperation for a Better World, which was yet another United Nations project. And finally, in 2000, the last UN project about the International Year for the Culture of Peace. And currently, as all of you know, that Didi is the basic director of the Om Shanti Retreat Center, which is a big campus in New Delhi, close to New Delhi actually. And she is also the chairperson of one of our wings, which is the administrator wing of Raj Yoga Education and Research Foundation. And I think the beauty about Didi is like, she's very, very disciplined and very determined to do things. But at the same time, she gives you this beautiful, very humble and lovely feeling of either a senior sister or even a motherly feeling, which I really experienced during my last visit to ORC. And I felt no other speaker would speak about detachment, because Didi in her dealings and in her behavior is totally detached. You can just feel the experience, or you can feel the energy of detachment from her. So this is about Didi. I'll just now give a few other housekeeping instructions. So as all of you are aware, you can see the globe icon in front of you. It's mentioned interpretation, and the languages are in front of you. You can just click on it and select whatever you want to listen to. Didi will be starting the talk soon, so it will be going on till say around roughly 8:55, 9 p.m. India time, so next 45 minutes. And then after that, we'll be giving 15 minutes for question and answers. So all of you are welcome to post your question and answer to me. And my name will be written in the chat window and you can send it to us. Maybe you can start doing that by 8:45 onwards. And after that, then we'll go into meditation with deep meditation experience of detachment with Didi. So with this, I would like to pass it on to now Asha Didi. So over to you, Didi. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Brother Eric. Thank you, Brother Manoj, for speaking nice words about me. It only reinforces that I have to be this. So today, as the topic says, detachment, sitting here, it is just a coincidence that two very serious kinds of circumstances presently I am confronted with. I just finished a talk and came here. Now, when I was thinking about it, if it was not detachment, I would not have been able to be here with you now. In one case, I lost my Lokik brother, and the family was there. I was speaking to them. And the second one of my very near, very capable, serviceable sister, she's diagnosed with cancer. It has reached the 4th stage. Very difficult circumstances. One is your right hand, serving with you in every aspect. But there have been two kinds of attitudes towards life. One, to be totally involved and engrossed in the world, enjoy whatever is around you. And the second one is to be totally detached and having a distaste for the world and leave the world. These are two extremes. On one hand, it says that you totally enjoy this material world. You are here in this birth, enjoy it. And the other extreme says, no, this is nothing, all temporary. Everything is going to be destroyed. You leave the world and go for higher pursuits. If you look at yourselves, and search for what exactly you want. Majority of the people say neither. We do not want to be totally involved also. And well, we have taken birth, we do not want to go away and leave the world and go to the forest for tapasya and this and that. No. This lifestyle, where we have the balance of both the attitudes, totally involved and detached also, this balance we learn. And I would like to say it is an art. You call it value? I would say it is an art to live this life. And mostly those who are enlightened, called enlightened souls, like Gautam Buddha that you mentioned, Mahavir, many others. They have shown us the path of leaving the world and going for tapasya. I will not get into the details of it as to why tapasya, for what. I will not get into the details of that. But when we start thinking about it, detachment, it becomes very clear. The truth is that you neither own anything nor you possess anything. You came into this world empty-handed and will be going away empty-handed. All those things that I call mine, they are mine. My house, my position, my status, material things, nothing will go with me. But I use them. I use them. I cannot possess them. I cannot own them. It is only on papers that I own this house. But it does not go with me. Nothing goes with me. What goes with me, that's a separate topic. But it is very true, neither you brought anything, nor you will take anything from this world. We know Alexander the Great. He had said, when I leave this world, show my hands out of the coffin. Alexander is going empty-handed. We cannot take even a needle with us. So when I'm detached, detachment means you have everything with you, but your attitude is that I'm only to use it. I'm not owning it. And when you have this, then you have total freedom. Because there's no fear of losing anything. and to remain free from the influence of others. Remember, we live in this world with friends, relatives, people in the office, at home, in the society, interacting with people. But if you want to keep your own personality intact, if you want to develop your own personality, you have to keep yourself free from the influence of others. It is a very subtle thing that you are surrounded by people, interacting with people. Give and take is there with people, but still remain uninfluenced. For this, we need power, and detachment is that power. You would have observed in India, we have a story also. It's a practical thing. Small little example. Let's say there's a surgeon, very efficient, eminent surgeon, very successful at conducting surgeries. But if his own son is placed before him and he's asked to conduct surgery on his own son, what does he say? Someone else should do it. I cannot. Such an efficient surgeon, number one surgeon of the country. But his hands shake. Why? Attachment. Similarly, if you have any selfish interest, any form of selfishness, you cannot remain neutral. What in Hindi we say nyara and pyara. You cannot remain neutral. Because your selfish interest will make you attached. That power of detachment, that feeling of detachment cannot be there. Just see, if someone calls out a name, although there is someone else also by the name Asha, but just on hearing this name Asha, I become conscious. I've identified so much with my name, with my form. Immediately the attention goes. If you take it on macro level, it says that you cannot remain neutral if you have any selfish interest. If you are not detached, you cannot be just also. God is just and kind both because He is detached. I'll talk about this a bit later. If you just look at, I have observed with my own eyes, a nurse takes care of so many patients. She's not attached to any one of them. She loves them. She performs her duty in the best possible manner, very conscientious, dutiful, compassionate, good in behavior, but simultaneously she's detached, and this is why she's able to take care of the patient. When at times mothers ask us that children, they are a problem, what do we say? We say to them, because you are a mother, your mind goes and you're not able to say anything because of attachment. You become like a nurse or a doctor and then deal with the child. Probably it will work. So, neutrality, best performance can be possible by being detached. If you just see a cashier in the bank is taking care of the whole cash, knows pretty well not a single rupee belongs to him. He's doing his work, fully responsible for it. Accountability is there, but not a single rupee belongs to him, although he is taking care of so much money. Detached. Similarly, look at actors in a drama or a film. They perform different roles. They don't become attached, they don't identify themselves with the roles. Not attached to the roles. If they're attached, they will not be able to perform another play, another part. On an unlimited scenario, we have so many roles to play. Play with detached attitude. It is my duty, and yet I am out of it. Then, experience says, the more you are detached and let go, more people, more opportunities, more new ideas come to you. This is my experience. When you just hold on to it, you restrict your thinking. My nature, my sanskar, my creation, I have done it. When you hold on to it, your thinking, creativity, innovation, these qualities get hampered. Let go. Sometimes sisters say to me, Didi, we did this, now so and so has started doing the same thing. I always say to them, don't worry. Give it. Give it with large heart. You will get new ideas, new thinking. If you just hold on to it, you cannot develop. You cannot grow. You become the possessor of that part, but how about the newness? How about development? Let go. Birds, they hold on to the twigs of the tree or the branches of a tree, and they consider that part only to be their world. And those birds just leave the branch and fly. Whole newness they experience. Same thing holds good with us. Sometimes I really feel, why? Allow. It is a leadership quality. Detachment is a leadership quality. When you give up something, there are others who take care and you move ahead. If you keep yourself attached to that position, you remain there forever. If you want to grow, move ahead, leave it, leave it, leave it. Be detached. You can leave only when you are detached. So, the minute you realize that there is pain and suffering in holding on to it, this realization makes you experience detachment as a reality. Detachment becomes a reality then. And the lesson is two major things. One, be a trustee. Take care of everything. Take care of your family. Take care of your emotions. Take care of your ideas. Take care of everything. But you are a trustee. Trustee has lots of property, but knows very well nothing is belonging to him. He's taking care of it. Trusteeship, quality of trusteeship. And second thing which we would say, detached involvement. Detached involvement. We are doing it and yet we are out of it. Totally involved and yet we are detached. Totally involved, but be detached. You will say how to be detached. And for this, I said in the beginning itself, nothing belongs to us. Nothing. If I'm not detached, then this is also our experience. If I do not have the detached outlook or attitude, there will be storm of, say, negativity or storm of thoughts which will be out of control. And they become responsible for making me stressful, tense, and I would say incapable also. My abilities are affected. My thinking is affected. My power of discernment is affected. Power of decision making is affected because thoughts are out of control. When I'm detached, I will be able to put a stop in no time. I accept and put a stop. But when I'm not detached, then it becomes difficult to control the thinking. Same thing holds good with our emotions. I do not mean to say we should not be loveful. I do not mean to say we should not be compassionate. I do not mean to say we should not be merciful. Everything. But just as a doctor loves the patient, but for the good of the patient, whatever is not good for his body, for his well-being, he takes action on it. Similarly, it is not that we become stone-hearted. No. We remain kind. We remain loveful. But simultaneously powerful. This power we have to draw from the Almighty. It is not easy. I cannot generate that power. I will talk about it a bit later. I cannot generate that power myself. Here comes the role of meditation, when I have to connect myself with the Supreme. I'll talk about this a bit later. Detachment, as I said, does not mean to be separate from this material world. In fact, let me tell you, Brahma Kumaris is such an institution, and I have not seen any other. It is such an institution which teaches us to enjoy the best and yet be detached. We are taught if you have money, it is your fortune. Why should you give it up? If you have good intellect, it is your fortune. You have good family, it is your fortune. You are fortunate, lucky. Make best use of it. And yet be detached. We have one concept called Karam Yoga. Work is worship. Where you not to be workaholic. Many times people think Karam Yogi means to be doing work, work and work. No. Keeping a balance. So, it does not mean to give up the world. It does not mean to give up your all assets, plus points. No. It only means to remain conscious of yourself as a spiritual being. I'm the master making use of all this fortune, using it. And when I keep myself centered in my spiritual personality, then this mastery, this position gives me, empowers me to deal with whatever goes around me in a manner which gives me contentment and satisfaction to others also. How to develop this art of being detached? It is by soul consciousness and then connecting the self with the Supreme, what we call God consciousness. As I said to you earlier, look at the quality of God. God is both just and kind. He's both. He's loveful as well as lawful. Both. Similarly, we need to have a balance of this. And this art we can develop by developing that loveful relation with the Supreme. What we call God, keeping the call of God. When I say God conscious, I do not mean to say the whole day we keep sitting and chanting mantra. God conscious, I said. God conscious means keeping the qualities of God in mind. This is meditation. Not trying to concentrate on a point or so. No, just be conscious of yourself and conscious of the qualities of God. Soul consciousness and God consciousness. What will happen is, when I start drawing power, love from the Supreme, that gives me so much of contentment and satisfaction that I do not feel starved of the limited worldly love. Inside is full. When inside is full, you do not feel any craving for the outside material world. What has happened is, we want satisfaction by making use of the worldly things and try to satisfy the self. But here it is the other way around. You have satisfaction, contentment, fulfillment, and when you have this, then you have the attitude of detachment and you'll be making use of everything, enjoying everything, and yet you are detached. Powerful, contented. But there is one thing. In Sanskrit, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the scripture that Indians read, there it says one thing. Live your life like a lotus flower. Lotus grows in Maya, but its beauty is not spoiled by it. It grows in water, but the drops of water don't stay on it. You are in the world and yet out of it. This is possible again by turning towards the Supreme. God is prepared to give His love, provided we turn to Him. And this is how we can develop the quality of being detached as well as lover. They have to be both. Detachment does not mean that I just become very strict, disciplined, not talking to anyone. No, well, I am detached. No, this is no detachment. This is no detachment. It has to be natural. And natural can be only when I understand it that way, understanding it properly. I would like to share, I have seen some people who in their life, they posed, it's a real experience, they posed husband and wife. They're not very, they did not care for each other. The wife always used to say, my husband is like this. Husband never used to say anything. One day the husband left the body. This mother was very good at Gyan. She faced the situation very bravely. But after a few days, she came to us saying, Sister, why this is happening to me, that I'm always conscious of him? I said, this is attachment. You were doing it in an outward manner without understanding. We are taught not to leave anything. Not to leave anything. Fill yourself with positive qualities. Then you develop the power to perform your duties. Be excellent on it. And this is possible when you're detached. Sometimes I make myself sit in front of me and talk to myself. What you are telling others, how to win over anger, how not to be disturbed, give yourself the same teaching. This gives strength. This develops understanding. Take it. So detachment, the value, detachment is power, it's an art, it's a way of life, it's an attitude. And I would say it is one of those methodologies through which we can achieve excellence in our life. Okay? Om Shanti.
Okay. Thank you so much, Didi. I felt it would just go on and on, but we are before time, but that's fine. So thank you for your very elaborate statements, very simple statements, but very deep
I
thinking
have,
about detachment. Yeah,
I have 8:53 with me.
yeah. So you want to speak a bit more? It's fine till 9 p.m. That's okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay, fine. So we'll take some questions. We'll take more questions then. Yeah. So let me just summarize what Didi said, that she gave us beautiful three examples of a nurse, of a doctor, and a surgeon doctor. Particularly, we have Dr. Ashok Mehta with us, Didi. He'll be doing the vote of thanks later with you. And also you gave us the example of a cashier, how to be detached in these three professions. They teach these three professions, teach us how to be detached. And the two major lessons which you mentioned, I think the first one was very important, to be a trustee. Because unless and until I am not being a trustee in my attitude towards whatever I have in life, it's difficult to get detached. And you mentioned very rightly that it's a leadership quality, because if I am so much stuck with, oh, that's my opinion, that's my advice, why are not people following that? And I don't want to let go of that, it doesn't make me a leader. So detachment is a quality of a leader. And you beautifully mentioned the two important ways to develop it is by first being soul conscious, and second is once you're soul conscious, then it becomes easy to become God conscious. So beautiful sharings from your side. I have a few questions which people have started asking. You, I think, touched upon that, but I would like to take the question. People are saying that sometimes when we are detached, people feel we are very cold and insensitive, and they feel that you're not involving us, you're not caring about us, so you completely become carefree, or rather I must say careless about me. You're so detached. So that's the complaint which comes, that you're cold, insensitive, don't care for me anymore. So is this a value or an anti-value? Because we feel that detachment cuts you off from people. So I think you touched upon that, but you can clarify more on this. Yeah.
I would say, take the example of mother. Mother is very compassionate, loveful. But if she has to teach a lesson to her child, she becomes little strict. Now that teacher also does the same thing. Now this does not mean that we have to become we should become cold. In fact, it is not a right way of practice of this value of detachment. In detachment, you are loveful, you are compassionate, kind, merciful, you love the person, have concern for the person, everything. But the way we express it, that becomes, if it becomes very cold kind, or as though we are not caring for them, no, this is no way. Let me tell you, we are taught in this organization, supposing someone is not very good with you, still you have got to be very loveful very loveful towards that person. You have to be having very nice thoughts, good wishes for that person, because it is only the balm of love that can transform, that can make a person better in behavior with you. If we hate the person, that becomes like digging of a pit, which become deeper and deeper and deeper, and that hatred is developed. Instead, we have to patch it up. If we have to patch it up, be very loveful, kind towards a person. So, detachment generally, people are not comfortable with this value of detachment. They are not. Because our way of expressing it, our attitude is not very soft. We become very tight with the person, we become very cold, as you said, we don't care for the person. No, no. The more you are loveful, the more you will be powerful. If you have the detached attitude in you, more loveful, you'll be more powerful. More powerful, more loveful. So we should not be cold, we should not be, no, in fact, be very soft, very nice with the person. Okay, Manoj bhai?
Yeah. Thank you, Didi. The next question is, can I practice detachment without being spiritual?
It is possible, but you need a lot of strength. You are a spiritual person already. When you are taking care of your personality, taking care of yourself, you're already spiritual. Spiritual does not mean leading a special kind of life. No, but catering to your own self with good qualities, or taking care of yourself is spirituality. So in that way, you are already spiritual and you can practice detachment.
Thank you. Another question is, it's slightly about Brahma Kumaris, that when the Brahma Kumaris sisters stay at the ashram, they can practice easily detachment because they are not living at home. But we as brothers and sisters are in the middle of the home, and we have to deal with our own sanskars and even the sanskars of all the family members. So is it easy for them, detachment, or it's easy for us?
Now, it is easy for both if you give attention. Then don't think that those living in the ashram do not have any tests to give. The tests in the family life are different, and the tests living in the center are different. But both have to give tests. They have their own kind, and family people have their own kind. It is easy if you are keeping the value of detachment in your life. It can be easy, it can be difficult at the same time. Sanskar, the clash of sanskars, personality clashes, they're everywhere. Everywhere. Otherwise, the people living in the ashram, they would have been perfect beings. They are not. They are not. They're also studying, they're also making efforts. And don't think that once the ones living in the ashram are totally perfect in everything. Never, never, never. Living in the family and being detached, this is also once, and for the center nivasis also, it is equally say a lesson that we have to put into practice. For both, it is the same. It is easy if you give attention, and it is difficult if you ignore it.
Thank you, Didi. You mentioned the example today before you started the talk about your brother leaving the body. So, we are going through very tough, unprecedented COVID times. All of us are aware people have started leaving their bodies prematurely, which we didn't even think of. So, there's a soul who is sharing her story that I can't let go of my mother who's passed on now. It's actually 25 years ago she's passed on. And I'm always grateful to her every time she comes in front of me. But I'm not, I mean, the image comes in front of me, but I'm not able to get detached from her. I still miss her a lot. So how do I deal with this?
One way in which you can, I don't say detachment means that you are not loveful towards a mother, not respectful. Detachment never teaches us this. Be loveful, be respectful, both. And what you can do is just revise in your mind the kind of gifts that she has given to you, kind of those good sanskars that she has given to you. Express your gratitude and tell her, Mama, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'm okay. And secondly, I have to remind myself that she has moved forward in her journey. And let me tell you, the souls catch the vibrations very easily and very fast. If I remember her with sorrow, sadness, these vibrations reach her. She will not be happy. She cannot, she's your mother. She wants to help you, but she cannot help you. She cannot come back. If I call, if I do like that, feel sorry, again sad, then this disturbs her. Someone is moving ahead and you just pull them behind. They are moving ahead and we pull them behind. What will be the condition of the person? Dear sister, we have to accept, allow the soul to move ahead. Express your gratitude. Thank her for all the things that she has given you and allow her to move ahead. Give good wishes to her. Like this, you'll be feeling good inside, and these vibrations will reach her also, and she will also be happy. Sometimes children say, please give me back my father. Can we do that? Can we do that? No. I would not say that you become detached, forget him. It is not possible. I'm saying something to the soul which is impossible for the soul. How can you tell a boy you forget your father? Be detached. You cannot. But you cannot bring him back also. What to do? Try to understand. Express your gratitude. Be thankful for all the good things. And then give good wishes to the soul so that the soul moves ahead. Now, soul does not worry about you, that we are okay behind, you go ahead. We cannot do anything else. Okay?
Next question is about Dadi Janki. She always used to say, many sisters and brothers from abroad actually share that Dadi Janki always used to say, don't think, don't think. Because if you overthink, that is also an attachment probably to your belief system and your thought pattern. So how do I practice this detachment from my own thoughts?
Actually, one day when Dadi Janki came to the Diamond Hall, and after 7:30, she used to speak, and one day she said, "Don't think." So I also questioned her. I said, "Dadi, how is it possible that we don't think? So many things happen, we don't think." She said, "Yes, don't think." Dadi, how the show will run without thinking? Don't think. What she means to say is, slowly, slowly, spiritually growing, there comes a stage when you do not have to think and plan, but only those things will appear in your mind that are to happen, that are to take place. So you will not have to think a lot. Deities do not think. Shiv Baba does not think. He only does what he is desiring to do. Does not think. It will be very powerful, correct, and so on. Accurate. Now, this is something which we have to practice. We have to practice. I would say that my mind also used to work very fast, very, very fast, very fast. I have to apply brakes now, because spiritually we have to grow and develop. Not too much thinking. Think only what has to happen, what you want to do, that's all. And this will be very accurate. Slowly, slowly we get mastery over it. Slowly. It does not happen immediately, slowly.
Didi, you gave a beautiful corollary or an example of being a detached observer like a lotus flower. So the question is, someone is asking, why not become like a rose flower? Why to be like a lotus flower?
Yes, when I was talking about lotus, the rose also emerged in my mind at that time. Rose and the thorns around it. It is equally okay, no problem, because the beauty of rose, it does not get spoiled by what the thorns do. It keeps giving fragrance. It remains as beautiful as it is. Thorns are not able. It remains protected. It remains protected. This is also an attitude towards life. Whenever there is any criticism, whenever there is something which is not to your liking, accept it, because it keeps you in right stead. It keeps you accurate. There are those around you who keep you in the best position. Accept it.
Right. We have a few more minutes. We'll take last two questions. One question is about the person is saying, I am detached, but how do I help the person in my family who is not able to get detached and is getting hurt all the time because of things which are not in his control?
Actually, give little time. Let's spend little time with the person. The person should not, because feeling hurt, lack of strength, lack of power. Let us not talk about that. But he or she, whoever is living with me, is my companion. And if my companion is not okay, somewhere I will also be concerned. I cannot turn deaf ear. I cannot be blind to the hurt that she or he is going through. Give little time to them. Then talk to them. Detachment does not say that you just leave them like that it is their fortune. No. Give company to them. Try to bring them up to that point. Be loveful to them. Express more concern towards them. Compassionate. Probably this feeling that they are losing someone is hurting them. If we give them company, probably this will help them. I have my own attitude. I am what I am. But here I am to help them now.
Right. Thank you, Didi. There's a brother who there are two comments. There's no question actually. One of the brothers is saying he's met you many times at ORC. And he's saying that thank you, Didi, for this talk. And also he's experienced that detachment, that beautiful value from you. So he's thanking you for that. And yet another brother is saying, can you, Didi, share your experience with Sakar Baba or Dadis on how they were constantly successful in their dealings with each other, loving naturally, but being totally detached? Your experiences with Sakar Baba
Many
and
times
Dadis.
it has been my good fortune of working very closely with Dadis, because I was taking care of the teachers' training of the institution. Many years, many years. So I used to be with Dadis. Whenever any questions were discussed, all the Dadis, they had their different views at times. But then I found, after giving their views, they were never attached to it. They gave their views, sometimes they differed, but they were very loving to each other. No ill feelings towards anyone. Again, when they get up from the meeting, that feeling of unity is still there. Because they did their work and then they are detached. So this is what I saw with them. And with Brahma Baba, I would share, I was very small, but I will share one experience that this yajna belongs to Shiv Baba, not Brahma Baba. When there was the day when only 4 annas were left, 25 paise in the cash box. And Bholi Daddy goes to Baba, Baba, what is to be cooked? There's nothing, no dal at home. Baba said, go to Mama. She went to Mama. Baba thought probably Mama would have kept some money. But Mama never used to keep any money with her. So Bholi Dadi said to Mama, what is to be done? Mama said, go to Baba. Bodhidai said, Baba says go to Mama, Mama says goes to Baba, what shall I do? She goes to Baba and says like this, Mama has said go to Baba. Acha. Okay, child. Come around 12, come around 10 or 10:30 when the post used to come. That was the time when money order came, there was money, and the bell went exactly at the same time as it used to go daily. Baba said at that time, it is Baba's yajna, Shiv Baba's yajna. He will take care. This is trusteeship, depth of trusteeship. If we were there, we would have started thinking what to do, how to manage. But Baba, he said, it is Baba's yajna. Baba will take care. I don't have to worry. This quality of trusteeship and totally involvement is also there. Detached involvement.
Thank you so much. Beautiful and wonderful stories. We always want to listen to. It takes us back into Sakar times of Baba. Thank you, Didi, immensely for sharing all this. And with this, I would now like to invite Dr. Ashok Mehta, who's also joined us. I'm sure you know him very well, Didi. And I would ask Dr. Mehta to propose a vote of thanks to Didi for the talk. So over to Dr. Mehta. Yeah.
Om Shanti, Asha Ben.
Om Shanti.
You always have been so beautiful in expressions, and today was no different. I think every moment you held our attention, you held our heart with you. Everything that you said touched both the intellect as well as the heart. I have seen you write from many, many years now, almost 30 years. I still recollect the first time I saw you. It was in the Office of the Purity at Panda Bhavan in Delhi. And I still remember the beautiful atmosphere in which you worked. And the purity is, I think, written all over you. So thank you very much for a beautiful presentation and touching our hearts. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mehta. And now over to Anu sister for the announcements. Yeah. All good, Anu sister? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Manoj Bhai. So after this very spirit awakening, inspiring talk by our very dear Asha Didi ji, we want to announce that we have organized 2 programs next weekend on detachment to enhance the experience of detachment. The first one is practicing detachment with the silence retreat on 5th of June, Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Indian Standard Time. That would be 4th June, Friday evening, 8:30 p.m. for West Coast, US and Canada. Please note the Zoom ID. And our values workshop on 6th of June, Sunday, 9 to 11 a.m. Indian Standard Time. As you all know that after the session, the talk, like today we did detachment, the next weekend we do the values workshop on detachment. So the first 1 hour would be experiential exercises on detachment. And the last 1 hour, again, we'll have the honor of another very invaluable senior sister Aruna from Kuwait. She's an author. She is of many books, practical spiritual books. I would mention one name. It says, "It is time to change." So please join us for this workshop. That's on 6th of June, Sunday, and Saturday, 5th June, evening 8:30 for West Coast, Canada. The Zoom ID and passcode, please note. And the next Values for Life series talk, episode 15, is on economy on 12th of June, Please note we have changed to Saturdays, so it will be the same Saturday, same time. And we have the fortune of having our senior sister, Sister Jayanti Didi from UK. She is the European director of Brahma Kumaris. So all the links are, as you all know, same. It would be the same. And we have all the translations, as you are aware about it too. And you can get all the information about these programs as well as joining links on the website vihasa.in. You can also find the videos of all these sessions, like today's session, in the video section of vihasa.in website. Please visit. You can also visit vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca website, and you can get additional information about Raj Yoga courses that we do in many languages and other workshop information. And you can contact us in this emails or WhatsApp. So thank you very much. I pass it over to Brother Manoj. I think Brother Manoj had requested Asha Didi to take us through the last 10 minutes of meditation. So if we can all get ready for our meditation experience. Thank you, Asha Didi. I think we'll hold on for a moment. I hope Asha Didi is still with us. I think Manoj brother is also not here. So maybe the internet issue in India. Maybe we can just wait for a few more seconds. Otherwise, maybe I can request Sister Claudia to take us through the meditation. Few minutes.
Let's put some music and wait a bit more to see if Asha Didi comes. Just some soft music, please.
Sure.
I am imperishable. My body is perishable. But will not go with me. I came alone, and I will go back alone. As I am in this body, I remind myself that I am very loving. And I am a trustee of everything around me. I take care of everything, including my body. But I know one day I'll say goodbye to this body and to everything around this body. And I go into my new journey. As long as I am in this body, I am happy. I enjoy life. And I share love with everyone. As much as I am loving to everyone, as much I will feel love by everyone. I'll take my lessons every day and learn and remind myself I'm here for a short time, then I will go. Be happy, live the time that you have in happiness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I am a peaceful soul. Have a good day, everyone. Enjoy your life and be detached. Okay. See you next.